literally went into this movie knowing nothing about it. How is it that Malayalam cinema can post multiple teasers and trailers of a film and still give away nothing concrete about its screenplay? It's a skill that needs to be imbibed by other industries as well. Dijo Jose Anthony's previous film, Queen, got polarizing reactions, some claiming it to be effective in its narration of contemporary issues, but others being highly critical of its treatment of sensitive matters regarding violence against women. Irrespective, the hype around his second venture, Jana Gana has been as palpable as one would perceive, having the combination of Prithviraj and Suraj sharing screen space with one another and presumably shedding light on a topic that will definitely ruffle a lot of feathers. The film, already designed to be a two-parter, has left little to be understood before stepping into the theatre, so I will do my level best in giving away nothing about the motivations of characters and several beats of its screenplay, but just motivate you enough to watch this film on the weekend. The film focuses on the death of an extremely influential person in the campus of Central University, an emotionally charged student population that seeks for justice regarding the same, and how they come at loggerheads with the police force while, unknown to many, the puppeteers in the top rung of the ladder of influence call the shots. The film explores the oscillating journey of its characters seeking for justice and how the perception of truth constantly changes as new revelations get uncovered in this screenplay that will take you on a whirlwind of twists and turns. I have such immense respect for the Malayalam film industry for taking up such contentious topics as their film's subject matter and being open to discourse regarding the same rather than shunning one and regarding their own as the absolute truth. Getting right into it, here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch Jana Gana in theatres or not. The underwhelming aspects, editing issues, and lots to pack in. There are two aspects of this film from a technical standpoint which do stand out like a sore thumb. First was the editing, and moments of the screenplay seemed almost overcooked with several point of views in quick succession that almost makes it tough to keep up with the information that is blurted out. In just a few seconds, you will be provided motivations in different timelines across several characters, and as this is a two-part film, there is a lot to soak in. Many will experience almost a barrage of information, so the point is mentioned just to keep you alert while watching the film, as there is a lot to map out in your own mind regarding chronology and basic emotions. There is also a chase sequence particularly that really seems jarring in the first half, again from an editing standpoint, where the sequence is almost sped up and hazily portrayed, almost deliberately to make you experience a sense of confusion, as if you have no control of your bearings. It made the sequence more incoherent rather than stylized. Manage your expectations. This is not necessarily an underwhelming aspect but a cautionary tale. There is a lot of Prithviraj that you saw in the promos of this film, but I'm just warning you that he isn't as omnipresent in the film, contrary to its marketing. I actually craved his presence in the film so much owing to the exceptional promos. Also, an undeniable aspect of this film is that it takes time to pick up from a thriller standpoint, and it really shifts gears as Prithviraj's character is introduced to the movie. Trust me, then it's all guns blazing. The good. Malayalam trailers are simply epic. I've said this in the introduction of this video, but my god, do Malayalam creators have a way to hype their products. What is even more bewildering about their marketing strategy is that the sequences that were showcased in the first two looks of the film actually represent moments that are present in the sequel of this movie. They are absent in this film if you're going for it this weekend. To show a single sequence and highlight what may presumably be the motivations to take up drastic measures, and in another case unabashedly reflect on the social and political climate of the country, is artistry at its finest. I absolutely love the fact that this movie categorically presented set pieces from the film rather than exploring all the emotional beats of the screenplay, a problem that most creators have while packaging their first looks. Creators, get your pen and paper ready. This marketing strategy works so effectively. Jake's BEJOY's music. The music director who brilliantly contributed to engaging us with his sounds in movies like Kurudi, Operation Java, and Ishq. By the way, deliberately me only listing out thrillers because the creator always has the right balance of enhancing the scenes rather than overweighing the scene and taking away from the dialogues. The title song of this film fits perfectly with the theme of the screenplay, and you know you're hearing a Jake's BEJOY tune just before Dijo Jose Anthony's name pops up on the screen. Exhilarating, dramatic, yet economical and effective is what I can best describe Jake's BEJOY's work in this film. The court case and why it stands out. Courtroom sequences almost become a make it or break it situation for thrillers dealing with a tragic case at hand. With multiple characters and their emotions deeply connected to the case, other films' narrative transition to rhetoric, emotional speeches, and dramatization that any lawyer would look and scoff at, because they aren't even slightly practical or real to the proceedings they see on a daily basis. Jana Gana is an exception as it showcases in my eyes one of the best courtroom sequences strictly on the basis of logical debates taking place between both parties. Never do the characters sway away from the case at hand and bring up several facets of the case that bring another dimension to the screenplay, engaging you even more, not making the courtroom drama ever feel like it's overstaying its welcome. The performances. It is absolutely exceptional to see the career Suraj has had. From an actor who was reduced to do just comedic roles and now to consistently feature in such intense and varied roles just tells you about the untapped potential of so many actors in various film industries. He plays the most interesting character in the movie, especially because of the conflicting emotions he deals with as the case and the pressure from his superiors further develops. His boundless love for his son is beautifully expressed, and his laser-sharp focus and street-smart skills in uncovering various facets of the case makes his performance almost faultless. It is, however, in the second half and when major revelations take place, you realize in retrospect what a brilliant job the man has done with a character that is actually very complex to portray. Mamta Mohandas as Professor Sabha plays an empathetic and bright individual who has a close bond with her students, and she does a commendable job with her role, much like the students in the film as well. Prithviraj, however, as Aravind Swaminathan, grabs you by the scruff of your neck and demands your attention. His performance will engage you so much that it will often seem like he is cornering you and addressing the same contentious and extremely grey questions to you. It never transforms to become overtly dramatic, but just effective enough to get the point across. The intensity that he brings with his diction, intonation, and dialogue delivery, told to me by the way by some Malayalis that I was riffing with after watching the movie outside the theatre, it will really pull you in. I'm telling you, the dude is going to kill it in Salar. We aren't even ready for the madness. This film speaks about several facets of our society today. The credibility of the media, trials orchestrated by them for ratings, and the shelf life of their news. The brief cycle of anger and selective outrage. The nameless and faceless puppeteers that often call the shots. And the sea of common folk who abide by what is being said, not on the basis of what they think is right, but what is being told to them. And most importantly, the concept of truth and justice. Jana Gana is a complex and extremely relevant film, and I know this is often overused, but the reason for its importance is because it asks what is essential and paramount to a democracy. To question the processes, the systems, and the practices we have just accepted as our ultimate fate. And that was a video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.